Good morning, children. No, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Okay, so in our previous class, we were discussing about the different classes of algae. And we completed green algae or chlorophyceae, and we started with brown algae. Now, today we need to learn about the methods of reproduction in brown algae. Okay, so you have read. So shall I send the link for today's test? Just 2 questions. Finish it fast and send me fast. Maximum you can take 3 minutes. 2 questions, that maybe 30 seconds only you will take for each question. So maximum 3 minutes. So I'm going to send the link. Some more are joining. Let them admit them also, and I will send the link. Have you received a link in the chat box?
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
or no?
Yes.
Yes, you can try. If anybody haven't received, let me know. For those late joiners, once again, I will send the link. Try it out. And after that, we'll start with our today's session. Okay, children. So once our test is over, we'll continue with our today's portion. So we need to continue from where we stopped last class. We were discussing about the general properties, the general features of which algae, Nandana? About which algae we were discussing last class? Where we stopped?
Phaeophyceae.
Phaeophyceae or brown algae. So today we need to learn about the reproduction, methods of reproduction. And I told you that the plant body consists of 3 main parts. When we discussed about brown algae, we said that its plant body consists of 3 parts. Since it is an algae or coming under Thallophyta, it is having a thallus. Plant body is not differentiated into root, stem and leaves, but it is having a thallus. But still we can make out 3 different parts. Which are those 3 different parts? Gayatri, which are the 3 different parts?
Hold fast,
Hold fast,
strip and front.
frond and stipe. Okay. So
Right.
shall we continue with our today's session? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, only Gayatri. Can you see? Can you see the slide? No. Okay, we need to start from reproduction. At the previous slide, I will show you what we saw last class. We learned about, okay, it's better, this we will see. Okay, the slide before that I'm not showing because some questions are included over there. So the storage form of food in brown algae, laminarin and mannitol, and they are having a cell wall, a cellulose wall, which is covered by algin. So the 2 components with which their cell wall is made up of are cellulose and algin. Then the protoplast I told you, nucleus plus cytoplasm plus plasma membrane. Whereas protoplasm means it is nucleus plus protoplasm includes Sharon. Protoplasm is equal to dash plus dash. Sharon, you're saying something, Sharon? In class 8, you might have learned protoplasm includes 2 parts. What are the components inside the cell? Sharon, say something. Sharon, you can hear me? Any problem in mic? I'll come back to you. Sania, tell me which are the 2. Sharon, I will not leave. I'll come. Sania, tell me which are the 2 parts. Protoplasm inside the cell. Take a typical cell. What are the components inside?
Nucleus. Cytoplasm.
Nucleus and cytoplasm together form
Protoplasm.
protoplasm. So plus plasma membrane is also included. You call it as protoplast. Sharon, what happened? Any difficulty in speaking or mic is not permitting you to respond? Send me a message. Okay. Then the plant body can be differentiated into three parts: holdfast, and then there is stipe, and the leaf-like part known as frond. And examples also we learned: ectocarpus, dictyota, laminaria, sargassum, and fucus. These were the points. So till here we had completed in our previous class. So today we need to learn about reproduction. The different reproduction also we covered last class.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let us learn about reproduction now. Reproduction takes place by different means. Vegetative reproduction, and vegetative reproduction takes place by the typical method of vegetative propagation, that is fragmentation. So fragmentation means the filaments of alga will break into small pieces or fragments, and from each fragment a new individual can be formed. You know about fragmentation. In 10th also you have learned about fragmentation. So reproduction takes place by different means. To start with vegetative reproduction, it takes place by means of fragmentation. Now moving on to asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, spores are there. So asexual reproduction takes place by means of spores. You call it as zoospores, and these zoospores are biflagellated. From the term itself, you will understand biflagellated means they are provided with two flagella, which helps them to move. They are motile or non-motile when flagella are present?
Motile.
Motile. They are capable of movement. And the positioning of this flagella, they are too unequal, means both these flagella, they are not equal in length, and they are laterally attached. On the side of the organism, these flagella are attached. So two flagella, not similar in size, and they are attached on the side. Now moving on to the next method, sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction takes place by three means. Which are the three means? Isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous. That also we know. What are these three types? In isogamous, the fusing gametes will be similar in size. When they are dissimilar, an isogamous. And oogamous means between an egg and a sperm. Egg will be large in size, and the majority of the cases non-motile, whereas the sperm will be motile and smaller in size. So union of these gametes, fusing of these gametes will take place either in water. Externally the fertilization can happen, or internally it can happen. So when it is happening internally, it takes place in oogonium. Oogonium is a female sex organ. So it takes place inside the oogonium, that is only for oogamous ones. So when it is oogamous reproduction, it can take place inside the oogonium. Internally, it can take place inside the oogonium. I'll repeat the points once again. We were discussing about the reproduction taking place in brown algae, and different methods of reproduction you can find. It can be vegetative, asexual, and sexual. And vegetative reproduction, it is taking place by means of fragmentation, and asexual reproduction by biflagellated zoospores, which these flagella are unequal and they are laterally placed. And sexual reproduction can be isogamous, anisogamous, or oogamous. And the fusion of gametes or fertilization can take place either internally or externally. Externally means it can happen. Fusing can take place in water, or it can take place within the oogonium. Oogonium is a female sex organ found in the case of oogamous fusion. Okay, any doubt? Any doubt? No. Okay, one more thing I missed out. Gametes are pear-shaped or pyriform. Pyriform means pear. The fruit pear you might be knowing. It's pear-shaped, having two laterally attached flagella. So normally in the case of these, both in isogamous and anisogamous, the gametes will be pear-shaped and they will be having flagella. They are flagellated, which are placed laterally. And the shape of the gamete is pear-shaped. And here I think in the picture, you don't have to learn the picture, just for just to see and understand how it is happening. Okay, so the shape you can understand, it is pear-shaped. And moving on to red algae. So before I proceed to red algae, so we were discussing about the methods of reproduction in brown algae. Which are the three methods of reproduction? Alvin, three methods of reproduction.
Fragmentation.
No, major headings you tell me. Fragmentation is a type of?
Asexual reproduction.
Yes. Asexual reproduction, but specify the category. It is also not involving gametes, but there is a specific name. Starting with V. Very difficult to know. Tell me the other two methods, asexual and?
Sexual.
Sexual. Vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction, sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction. How does asexual reproduction takes place? Nidhi, how asexual reproduction takes place? I'll give you a clue with the help of a spores. Tell me the specification. What is special about them?
Similar.
What do they have? What you said is correct. Complete it. They are
Similar.
Asexual reproduction. You told zoospores. What is special about those zoospores? What do they have? What is attached to their body?
Flagellated.
How many flagella?
2 flagella.
2 flagella. And where are they attached? Laterally.
Laterally.
Okay, they are attached laterally. Why you are getting so tense, Nidhi? No, but I feel so. And sexual reproduction, how it happens? Which are the three methods? Nevin, which are the three ways of sexual reproduction? Three types of fusion.
Isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous.
Yes. Then about the gametes, there is a specification given regarding their shape. What is that, Nandana? What is special about their shape?
They're pear-shaped.
And are provided with?
Flagella.
Flagella. Okay. So we'll move on to the third alga, that is red algae, Rhodophyceae. So we have completed Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae. Now what is remaining is Rhodophyceae or red algae. As I told you in your textbook also, one table is given. Once I finish red algae, I'll just show you the table. We'll compare. So whenever such classes or different divisions coming under a major heading, please make a table and learn. At least write down the confusing points so that you will not forget. Otherwise, what happens is you learn about green algae. Then we learn about brown algae. You will forget what you had learned in green algae. When you are learning brown algae, compare with what you have learned about the same in green algae. And when it comes to red algae, compare the same. Suppose you are telling about, or you are discussing about, or you are learning about cell wall in red algae. So think what was the specification given for the cell wall in green algae and brown algae. Compare and learn so that you will not forget. Clear, children? So let us see. So Rhodophyceae or red algae. As the name suggests, they have red thalli. They are having red thalli. Thallus, as I told you, undifferentiated plant body which cannot be demarcated into root, stem, leaves. That is known as thalli. Thalli is plural, thallus singular. Due to the pigment R phycoerythrin, to be noted. Then you should learn or you should remember what were the pigments we discussed in the the previous algae. Apart from R phycoerythrin, chlorophyll pigments are also there. So in the table, I'll tell you more about it. So main pigment present is erythrin, phycoerythrin. Erythrin itself, erythrocytes for red blood cells. Why I'm saying all this is at least you can relate it and you will not forget. Erythrocytes, leukocytes, these are the names of blood cells. Hope you know erythrocytes means they are red blood cells. So erythro stands for the red color. So phycoerythrin. Okay. Phycobiond. Do you remember that phycobiond and mycobiond? Phycobiond means? It indicates algae. So relate something like that and phycoerythrin. Erythrin stands for red color. So the pigment present is R phycoerythrin. And next, majority of them you can find them in warmer areas. So there is a temperature preference. They prefer warmer areas. Then the speciality is that since these are aquatic, they can find even in well lighted regions close to the surface and even in deeper areas. So there are some plants living close to the lower layers or close to the floor of the sea or oceans. So you know that the light can penetrate only up to well lighted region is limited. See, based on the light penetration, you can divide our ocean into different segments or layers like aphotic zone, photic zone, benthic zone, all that you will learn later. So the well lighted region means where enough light penetrates. But as we go deeper and deeper, the sunlight cannot penetrate. Okay, all the rays cannot penetrate, but there are some rays like light of red wavelength can penetrate. So that and all you will learn later. But here what you need to know is these organisms, you can find them both in the well lighted regions as well as in the little less lighted regions. So they are adapted to survive both where sunlight is in plenty and where it is very scarce. Understood? So red algae can survive in both well lighted regions which are close to the surface of water and at the deeper layers where the light penetration is very less. Next, they are multicellular. Most of them, they are multicellular. Some of them are having very complex body organization, not all, but some of them, they show some complicated or as such, the body organization is very simple in algae, but some of them are having very complex body organization. And the storage form of food is Floridian starch. So do you remember the storage form of food in brown algae? Somebody can tell me. Storage form of food in brown algae. One of you.
Complex carbohydrates, laminar and mannitol.
Very good. Laminarin and mannitol. Who will tell me the storage form of food in green algae?
Pyrenoids.
Nidhi was that? Was that Nidhi?
Yes, ma'am.
Nidhi, good. But inside pyrenoids, what do they store? Pyrenoids are storage bodies. So inside that pyrenoid, some substances are there. Protein
and starch.
Very good. Protein, starch, and apart from that, yes, very good. Oh, you people started responding nicely, so I get energized when you people are responding like this. Okay, so Floridian starch, that is also a type of carbohydrate. So the storage form of food in red algae is Floridian starch, and this Floridian starch, it is very similar in amylopectin and glycogen. Amylopectin, you are not so familiar. It's a combination of amylase and pectin. It's a type of starch or a complex carbohydrate. And glycogen, you might be familiar because in your liver also, excess glucose is stored as glycogen. So glycogen and amylopectin. So both of them are carbohydrates, and Floridian starch, in their structure, it is similar to that of these two carbohydrates. It doesn't mean that amylopectin and glycogen is being stored. Don't get confused. Storage form of food is Floridian starch, but they resemble amylopectin and glycogen in their structure. Okay. Examples are Polysiphonia, Porifera, Gracilaria, and Gelidium. Gracilaria, Gelidium. These two terms are familiar. You learned in benefits of algae. Polysiphonia, Porifera, Gracilaria, and Gelidium. You can see the pictures of these 4 examples here. Polysiphonia, then Porifera looks like a, it reminds me of a hibiscus flower. Porifera, Gelidium, Gracilaria. What is common for all these children? What is common? All are
Red.
red in color. Why they are red in color? No answer. Because of which pigment?
R-phycoerythrin.
Yes, R-phycoerythrin. So you keep on asking when you learn also. After, suppose I have heard some students saying, ma'am, I am spending too much time and learning, but once I finish one page and moves on to the second one, I'll forget what has been covered in the previous one. So if you, in between, if you keep on asking questions like this, you will never forget. Some are having very short-term memory. They cannot retain their memory. So you have to find your own tricks to strengthen your memory. It's not impossible. Definitely by a little extra effort, you can definitely do that. And in biology, why I'm telling all this in between is we are learning. So I know what you have learned in 10th standard, very less, very few terms, but that also some of them found it very difficult. But here it is like I'm pouring so much terms into you. So you should be like, you should be puzzled at times. So how many difficult terms are there? How will I remember? It's not a big task, provided you are willing to accept it and cooperate with the teachers also. So learn it on a regular basis. Never keep to learn never postpone your daily lessons for some other day to revise. That same day if you revise, you can relate it to what was discussed in or what all things were discussed in the class. So that is also another tip to strengthen your memory. So we all, including me, I'm having very short-term memory, but we have to develop some techniques which by means of which we can overcome. But some among us, they are very intelligent. Once they hear, it will be stored in their brain cells and they will never forget in their lifetime. But all are not so blessed. Including me, I'm not blessed. I'm having very short-term memory, and whatever I need to remember, even the school work also, what I do is I just note down, and I have a book where I write the things to do, and I keep on putting tick mark. Otherwise, I'll forget to do that. Suppose I need to take an urgent printout, I'll forget. So what I do is I note down all these in my diary. Now also I have it, and I put tick mark on that. What is to be done, what has completed, I'll put a tick. So practice some methods so that you can rise above your shortcomings. Okay, you all are not blessed with all the gifts. So some gifts are there, some blessings, some all are blessings, I will say, but some negatives or some drawbacks which if you have, you need to work on it. You can compensate it definitely with some tips and tricks. You can compensate all that. Okay, reproduction, vegetative reproduction. Here also more or less the same thing. Vegetative reproduction takes place by fragmentation, same as that of brown algae. But asexual reproduction by non-motile spores. But in brown algae, what we learned? It is by means of motile flagellated zoospores. But here, non-motile spores. Sexual reproduction is by means of oogamous, and here they have got a complex post-fertilization developments. They are having complex post-fertilization, okay, sexual reproduction is oogamous, and here non-motile gametes are involved, and here complex post-fertilization developments. When compared to the other algae we discussed, here the post-fertilization, different stages are there, starting from the zygote. So here some complex developments are involved. You don't have to learn all those in detail, but just understand that it involves some complicated or complex post-fertilization changes. So once again, I'll repeat, the different methods of reproduction include vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction. So just like in the other algae we discussed, vegetative reproduction by fragmentation. But asexual reproduction takes place by means of non-motile spores. To be noted, non-motile, and sexual reproduction is oogamous, where non-motile gametes are involved. And this is followed by Fertilization is followed by some changes, some post-fertilization. So followed by fertilization, you can see some complicated, some complex changes taking place in the zygote. So with that, we have completed our algae. The three types of algae we have completed. Okay. So one table was there. I'm searching for that. It is missed out or what? One table, comparison table was there. I think it is missed out. I'll show you the next class. Okay. So all the three algae were being compared in that. I don't know where I placed it. Okay, next class I'll show you that. So with that, we have completed the three three classes of algae. Algae is the first division coming under plant kingdom. So plant kingdom, algae, under algae, we learned in detail about three classes of algae: Rhodophyceae, backwards I am saying, Rhodophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Chlorophyceae. So in your textbook, the table which I wanted to show, it is there in your textbook. And please compare that and learn the positioning of the flagellum, then the cell wall, storage form of food, pigments, everything is mentioned over there. So you should compare and learn. Okay. Any doubts? Which are the three methods of reproduction found in red algae? Nevin? Just the headings.
Vegetative, asexual, and sexual reproduction.
Vegetative, sexual, and asexual. What is the name of the main pigment present in red algae? Vidur? 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 Name of the pigment present in red algae. I gave you tips to remember it. Still you need to search the book. Nia?
R-phycoerythrin.
R-phycoerythrin. Hope you remember that I told erythrin, erythro, red color. Vidur, repeat Vidur.
Ma'am, sorry ma'am, I was trying that MCQ till now. It's not getting created.
Okay, tell me the answer for this. You did not listen because of that?
No ma'am.
This would not have happened if you told me in the beginning. Okay, leave it now. Try to tell me the answer. She told the answer now. R-phycoerythrin. R-phycoerythrin is the pigment present in which color algae?
Red
Vidur.
algae.
Red algae. Repeat the pigment
Red
once
algae.
again. Repeat the pigment. Name of the pigment.
Arophythrate.
What? R-phycoerythrin. What is that, Rijas? Name of the pigment?
R-phycoerythrin.
R-phycoerythrin. What is the name of the storage form of food here? Donna, storage form of food in red algae.
Floridian
Starch. Floridian starch. It's a type of carbohydrate. It is similar to two other carbohydrates in its structure. Can you tell me which are those two compounds with which Floridian starch share similarities, structural similarities? Naureen?
amylopectin and glycogen.
Where can you find glycogen in your body? Different parts are there. One organ I mentioned.
Liver.
Okay, very good. So I'll wind up our session today. Please do learn. Okay. Vidur, next class. Don't worry. Thank you, children.